Hey guys. I am fixing the setup right now. I had to move some things around because like there was an update and it kind of screwed things up. But I'm gonna get this going. Give me a sec. I had to rearrange some things here. So we're gonna be doing this Cityscape, which is gonna be freaking awesome. And I'll actually, you know what? I'll have to move the scene around some because I know part of the canvas is being blocked. It's being blocked. Make sure that's not gonna fall. Let's put that there. Oof. Let's see how this works. Put this here. Oh yeah. This might work, it might not. Wait a second, I got a better idea. Yeah. Push this up just a little bit. There we go. Sorry, I was doing smart things before I came here. Otherwise, I probably would have started on time. What is this? Huh. Put this here. Lower. Stand some. Like so, but I want it face level. Yes. Okay. Wait. Like this, maybe. And then I'll turn it. Like, you turn it like this. Okay, I think that's good. Let me check. Hopefully that'll stay. So if I'm staying here, yeah, that works. You can see the painting kind of. But now we just have to rearrange this. Let me put a filter on this. I better start streaming. I am streaming, even though I'm not ready. But there you are. Hey, Vinchika, Quellar, Danny. All right, Yuri, hey! Something is new. Yeah. Nice to find you here again. A long time I was out of station and were not able to attend the live streams. I'll have to watch them. Yeah, awesome. I'm sorry you were out. Everybody. What did you see first, Queldar? The picture looks like somewhere in Amsterdam. My face. Which, by the way, Laura, I really like your new video. I haven't seen the short yet, but I really like the video that you did it because like you have your face in it more. Okay. And let me fix this. Filter on. This will make it a little bit better to look at. If it can. Filters. Plus. Color. Done. Gamma. Down. That's what I normally do. Contrast. Do that, maybe. And I can mess with opacity, which I'm not. It doesn't really do anything, does it? Just makes it invisible. That's pretty cool. Hue shift. Screw it. Done. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. All right, so This is for a book cover that my friend, one of my very good friends, is doing. And he just wants a scene, this scene here, but artistically done. It doesn't need to be like totally realistic or anything, and he doesn't want a lot of work put into it. Let me see how I'm gonna set this up. I suppose I can do this. Suppose. It's like kind of small though. Suppose I could do that and then just turn the camera. And there's like that huge space right there. Let's do that. That looks a little bit nicer. There's my old still life setup. That looks kind of cool. Okay. Do some adjustments. That should be good. All right. So I wanted to wait to start this with you guys. Make sure you can hear me. Yeah, you can. Cool. Yeah, I wanted to start this with you guys so you can see how I started painting. Now, I don't know if I'm just going to block it in normal or if I'm just going to start with some color. I might start with some color just because I want to, and I can do whatever I want. Good for you. Well, it's over. Wait. Something we don't know how it will. Video larva. Something. What the hell? Okay. It's all over YouTube now. Tomorrow you will see your face at it like you've never seen it before. I can't wait. This is gonna be great. Sucks to paint green light. Yeah, it might. Eddie's inner fantasy creature is a magical woodland fairy, Danny. I'll bring it out a bit more during my live stream. I said fairy princess, don't forget that. Okay. Tiara. Quailed art with a tiara. Okay, guys, what I am doing right now is simply adding a little bit of white to the palette. Got everything else and we're good. I might go with a little bit of cadmium yellow because those lights will make it a little bit more, they'll make it stand out more. Be a good thing. We're gonna go with walnut oil like we always do. We don't need to be fancy with this. Where's my frickin' palette cup? Here it is. Got it. Also, I have the setup here because I'm tired of sitting and it's much easier for me to paint while I stand. Alright, sweet. Or I have to see that actually. At a break, I might actually watch it. Alright. A lot of brushes there. I had another brush. Where is it? That's one I wanted to use. Put it right here. But I don't know if I'm going to use this one yet. Let's put this trash can around here. Okay. So I have the reference photo on my computer right here. That's where I have it. And I'll be looking there and there. Normally you want to have it right side by side, but like I said, I'm so good that it doesn't matter to me. For manage now, I'm honoring the whiteness and making it better. This is great. Okay. How are we going to start this? How are we going to start this? With basic colors, we're not going to mix every single color to start. I'm thinking I have one of two ways of doing it. I could either go in with a monochrome, which is, my monochrome is just black and cadmium red, ivory black, cadmium red. You could also use burnt sienna, but I'm not going to use that. I think for this scene, I might just go in with some straight color. I'm going to keep it darker and make sure definitely it's transparent. This is going to be mainly transparent colors, meaning hardly any white in it. I'm going to really squint down, and in the photograph around, like in the photograph up around the top here, I'm going to really darken it, kind of make a what do you call it, a vignette. Because it's lighter in the photograph, it's more even, but I'm really going to make it dynamic. I'm going to push the color values, the reds, the greens, the oranges, and I'm going to actually add some blue, like enrich the blue some to play off the oranges. The reds will play off the greens, oranges will play off the blues. Yeah. We could even have some purple playing off the yellow, but I guess I could put some purple down. We'll see. This is going to be a little bit artistic and expressive. It's going to be great. First thing I'm going to do. Normally, you know what? I mean, probably I should do a color study with this, but it's not. It's not one of those types of paints. It's just going to be a quick thing. Let me pull something up right quick, guys. One more reference photo he had taken for me, and it was kind of something that he might have wanted, but it wasn't anything that we could paint off of, really. Let me check this out. This will be worth looking at. It will actually save me a little bit of time here. So this is the process of getting started oftentimes with this stuff. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's play this off red. Okay. I'm going to start actually with a deep, dark color up at the very left. I'm going to block it in with kind of a cross between ultramarine blue and black, and then I'm going to have another mixture of the black and alizarin crimson with a touch of cadmium red. So we're going to have a cool dark and a warm dark. And that's what we're going to start with. Don't be afraid to mix a hefty amount of paint. This is an 18 by 24 birchwood panel that we are working on. There we go. So I'm really taking a lot of color in this. A little bit of cadmium red, a little bit of alizarin crimson, work it in. Really push the color, make it deep, dark, but yet colorful. That's what we want. There we go. All right, so my thought process is obviously right now is working the drawing out, getting the impression. I'm going to push the values, lights and darks. When I say push them, I'm not just going to try to record them for what they are in that photograph. I'm really going to try to press those and make them go a little bit further than they do. I'm going to exaggerate them. Sweet, don't like orange now. Bring your lightness and making it better. Maybe you just like to be humiliated. That's from Danny. Don't start, Danny. That's Quellar. This reference is impossible. How is it impossible, Quellar? No, I plan to keep it decent while painting, Danny. And then Danny says, how many live streams did you think perhaps to do this painting, Lewis? I don't know. I don't know because this is something that I have to paint also on the side. I need to get this thing done. So maybe it depends on what you guys want. I don't want to do stuff that you guys don't want to do. So just let me know if you get tired of it, because we could go back to we could do anything. It's good for me to switch up, and I'm glad y'all I'm kind of glad you do get tired of things, because that means I can switch up stuff more and it gets me out of my bubble. And then Laura, I love your description, Lewis. Also, this morning's short made me giggle. Good. Glad I have another one too. I have one in the pipeline, as they say. And then I'm also like halfway, almost probably more than halfway through my the drawing video. So it's like it should be out by next week. Like, it won't be later than that, so that's good. And then, like, I have so much footage of stuff that I just need to put together. So it's like I haven't gotten the videos out, but I have a lot of footage that I just need to edit. And that's the thing, is I've just been editing my ass off, basically. You like you enjoy the diversity of themes. Yeah, I think I do too. I think you are right about that, Laura. Okay, I am going to grab, what brush do I feel like painting with? So sometimes, like, I don't always paint with the same brushes, and sometimes it's just what I feel like I should paint with. Like, I'll have kind of an inkling to paint with it. I think I was gonna go with a Winsor & Newton hog hair brush, but I think I'm going to go with a Princeton and maybe a flat if I can find one, of Princeton, and kind of a bigger one too. If I have it, I'm sure I do. I have a lot of filberts. If I don't have a flat, I'll be kind of surprised. So I have flats, I just don't, okay, here's one. No, that's not one. Wait, there's, no. All right, screw it. We're gonna go with a filbert, and we're going with a 12 filbert. So this is kind of a big brush, is synthetic. That's what we're going with. All right, we'll start at the very top, and the idea is, so you can really bring the darks into a lot of places. Of course, not as much the light areas, though. You can paint the light over the darks, and it's going to be opaque, so you can build it up. It's easier to go from dark to light for the most part. Carmina Chow. Love the acrobatics and humor. I really, like, I was so tired after that video. I was bruised up. Okay, what would be nice if we could paint along? Okay, what would be nice is if we could paint along, but the reference photo is too small. Okay, Danny, I put the reference photo link in the description. Okay, so guys, make sure click on that link and you can download it. So you can definitely paint along if you want, because I know that's a small reference photo. Like, it doesn't really work. Okay, so let's do this. All right. First things first. I'm gonna kind of paint in some dark corners up here. It's going to be dark up here. And then we have, I like how professional that looked because I'm doing it fast. Because if you paint fast, it's all about the look. All right? Maybe I'll get a beret and do this at some point. All right. So this is going to be like kind of a darker red down here, street here. Might bring it over just a little bit because it was kind of too far over. So I'm going to bring this line over some. This is where the street is. Coming down. I might raise that up some. It's a little bit big. Like my biceps and my brain. Oh my gosh. Here we go. 1, 2, 1 too small. We're gonna bring that there, right? So that's kind of feels better. And then I'm gonna really darken this, bring that down some. So some blue. There we go. I am, like, I'm actually squinting down on this. Annoying anybody else besides me. Sounds like a ship. Okay. I happen to be painting door right now, except it's not my door, and I paint it solid white. Yuri. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Like Laura's channel is awesome. Sorry, I'm reading like backwards. I bet this would be a little easier to do in digital with a fancy glow effect. You guys don't think I can do that glow effect? Is that what I'm hearing right now? Thank you, Yuri. So glad you enjoy it. I'm at work. I usually don't tell my boss, please. Don't tell my boss. It is going to be a little bit difficult to get that glow effect, but we got it. We got it. Look, what is that glow effect? All it is contrasting colors and values. You just need to play it upright and not get too much dark in that area. But look at this. This is really cool. If you want to, like, if you put too much dark down, like say up top, you can come into it here and you can still take some of this paint off, right? We can still work it here. Like this needs to be a little thinner, right? So you can still take paint off and still work the values up, the lights and the darks and such. Okay. Darker red. It really takes up a lot of color. There we go. All right. I always feel like the painting's about to fall over or something. Check something. Teach us, Lewis. I am teaching you. The main thing is you just want to get an impression right now. You just want to try to go through and get an impression. You don't need to like have everything perfect. You really don't. Okay, so the idea is I'm kind of making everything a little bit darker, though I am trying to kind of sketch out a basic composition. Make it a little bit darker because then you can work in those darks, okay? But when you do that, you have to add color to whatever lights that you're pushing for, okay? So that is one of the main things that I am looking to do, if that makes sense. Let's take another brush. We're getting another 12, I believe this is. All right, so we're working with big brushes. We work with big brushes here. That's what we do, okay? I'm going to squint down at the photograph, and sometimes you just want to take your time and really observe whatever it is that you are looking at, okay? All right, so decisions. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go one step up. I'm gonna take some black. I'm gonna take some orange this time, but I need to get more. I need a substantial amount, so I'm gonna need more black on the palette. Take some orange. I'm gonna take some red, some alizarin crimson. Mix that in. It's gonna be a warm color that's lighter, but it's still gonna be dark. But I really want to push the reds just a little bit in this, but not too much, because I want some flexibility to be able to go back and forth with color. So if like I make it, for example, too red, then it kind of solidifies me into the red. But I can veer it towards red, and still that gives me some flexibility of not pushing it too much, where I can actually make it green if I want, so it's more of a neutral value. Okay? That's kind of the idea behind it. But I can also push it red if I want. So this value up here is kind of coming down. This is a reddish light here, and then we're going to put kind of a green in as well. And here's the thing, I am pushing the colors. I am being very like loose with this. There we go. So there, we're starting to bring some color out now. And then if I want to, I can kind of hatch it in later on, but we're kind of just building upon this. And then what I'm going to do is kind of echo some of that off the street. And I can always make this lighter if I want, which I do. I kind of want to start dark and then just build it up. Okay. So this is kind of a deep purple, so I'm putting some alizarin here. And you have this light in the street that kind of comes here. So we're just kind of laying color that we know that we're going to kind of blend in with later on. Now here's the thing, this type of painting, is like, I don't want to say advanced. It's just, like, I normally, when I would start, I would just try to put down straight whatever color you see if you're first starting to paint, right? Like that's what I would do, because it's easier just to, like when you're first starting, before you know like how things mix, it's easier to mix them on your canvas. I'm sorry, on the palette first, instead of like doing everything on the canvas or the board or whatever you're painting on. Right, so I'm just adding some more color right now because I'm going through it pretty quick, which is totally normal. This is big painting, so we have a lot to cover. All right. And I tell you what, I am going to actually, the green. Let's mix a little bit of green first. Take some of these brushes out so I have some space in here. It's a brush management. These are small brushes compared to what I'm using right now. Let's go right there. These here, that one I will keep there for now. Rotate that. All right. Need some more cadmium red in a little bit, but not yet. Then I want another. I'm going for another 12. And I tell you what we're going to do here, just to make it a little bit fun. I'm going to mix a green. I'm using cadmium red, white. I'm sorry, not cadmium red, yellow. And if I wanted to be like really strong green, I would use Viridian. So I'm going to use Viridian, which is green. But I'm going to mix that with cadmium yellow to get that color. So you could use cobalt blue, you could use ultramarine blue with the cadmium yellow, but I am going, see, I've done this before. I did this before. I did a painting for a streamer of his video game character, and it had green lights on it, and it had that glow, and I had to get a very powerful, like a powerful green. And so I've kind of done this, which is kind of nice. But yeah, that's how we do it. Okay, so I'm mixing kind of a light, but like powerful green. I'm going to add a little bit of walnut oil into the mixture because my creminate white is very thick. Right now it's a very soft green, which kind of works, but not really. So I'm going to add, really you got to push that cadmium yellow is what you got to do. You got to push the cadmium yellow. There we go. You got to push that cadmium. Adding some viridian to it, and so I'm just going to keep on mixing until I balance this color off. So I got some of that, and I'm going to do one color right beside of it. It's simply just cadmium yellow, using a significant amount, and the viridian green, which is a great landscape color actually. I love using viridian for landscaping. Oh, this is going to be nice, I think. Okay. So at first, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's make a little bit more of the mixture of cadmium, yellow, and viridian green. All right, and then I'm going to actually just lay that down and then just build upon it. So this is going to be like ultra green. I'm not even going to dull it down with red. Normally you want to do that, but with this, I think when I mix with everything else, it's going to kind of blend in. All right, so I don't think I'm going to go with a big brush with this one. I think I'm going to go with one, let's go with a synthetic 8. And here's the thing, hog hair, I could be using hog hair, I just feel like doing synthetics. Sometimes it's good to switch up like that. Let me catch up on chat, if there is chat. Quilter, I finally checked out Laura's channel, it's so fun. Yes, it is, Garage Door. I found the photo, I happened to. Thank you, Yuri. So glad you enjoyed it. I'm at work as usual. Don't tell my boss. Teach us, Lewis. So there was, like, I basically read everything. What was the ground color? The ground color so far, this is just black and red. Yeah, both of it's just black and red. I haven't really put much down for that. And then working for impression, me being impressed. Okay. So we're going to just mark in roughly where the lights are at the very top. So, and we can kind of move it around if we want. So there's kind of going to be one like lamp up top here, right? So like, you see how that green like kind of goes a long way there because we kind of have some red up here contrasting it. Now, what I could do is kind of pull the Bob Ross where you kind of like just work out like that, you know, just kind of like add to it. And you just squint down and you get the impression. But I'm just going to keep this, like, you know, kind of, I might push the green just a little bit. I'm mixing with the brush, so I mix basic colors on my palette, and then I'll mix in between like y'all have seen me do before. So I'm just going to kind of put this here, like that, and then I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to kind of fade this down just a little bit too, but I'm going to make it a little bit darker, so I'm going to add some viridian. I'm adding some viridian here. Okay, I'm not really using much medium because if I do, it's going to thin it out a little bit too much. Okay, so this light's shining here, so I might have it kind of like shining here, and this, we can darken down some. That will need to darken down. So I'm going to actually pull some of that paint in, just make it mix a little bit, and I can go over it again. But we have it kind of going down like that, and it kind of falls down. The reason why I like this is because like, it kind of, like there's a lot of red and green, which, yeah, Christmassy, but there's also other colors that will balance it off. That's looking really cool. I kind of like that look. And so, I mean, we're not trying to, again, like, we want the drawing, but we want the impression, which means kind of like the basic drawing of things, right? Like you want the basic drawing, but it doesn't need to be like perfect at this stage. So that might be a little too much, but that's okay. Let's try that, and then we have, I'm going to get another brush, smaller one, and I'm going to go into it with the reds. And the reason why I'm using a smaller brush, it takes less paint to get on it. I can actually get more paint on the painting. 'Cause big brushes absorb so much paint. I don't mind using them, but also don't want to use up all my paint doing this. Okay, so then I'm just going to squint down and kind of put this on like that. There we go. Kind of coming down. So there's the light up there. So you can kind of squint down and see, like I can push that light. And again, this type of light, like if you really look at light, it's like there's a lot of color in the edges of it. Like a lot of that green that you see is around the edge of the light, but inside it's like white. But the reason why it's so bright, it's obviously bright, but you make that contrast, like you make that illusion by making everything else dark around it in paint. But the reason why it doesn't work half the time is because half the time you don't add enough color into those darks. You have to have good color, like you have to have dark color in it. You can't just put dark like black down because it'll kill it. It'll kill the effect because things turn with, you know, things turn with color. All right, so I'm going to actually take another brush. So I have several brushes right now, and I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to work a red lamp into it, kind of down below, and see if we can get that going. And you know what, there's another photograph that I'm kind of going off of. It's my friend who he did something, like he just photoshopped a bunch of stuff, and it's kind of like he has an idea of like what he wanted with it. It's a little bit different. I might put that up too, but I'm kind of going back between the two right now. Okay. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take like this, let's bring this, shoot, I should have kept some space. I'll put it, screw it, I'll put it right down. Normally, yeah, I'll put it right here on my palette. I'll put it right here. Normally I have it up here, but I'm going to put it here. The reason why I have it, because normally I go from dark to light, but that's okay. And I'm just going to add, let's do the same thing. I'm going to add a little bit of alizarin crimson and a little bit of red and a little bit of cadmium yellow just to spice it up just a little bit. That might even be too much, just a little bit. And just that, I'm not going to put any blue in it. I'm going to add a little bit of walnut oil to kind of loosen it up some. There we go. And I'm just making this color right here, which is a little bit soft, So I'm going to add, maybe I was right, maybe a little bit more cadmium yellow into it. Let's do that. A little bit more cadmium. All right, let's start there, and then I'm going to make another mixture kind of right beside of it, and it's going to be more alizarin crimson, more cadmium red. I'm going to put some cadmium yellow in it, and I'm going to mix this. Okay, so it's going to be, it kind of has some yellow, but it's really just a lot of pure color. And the reason why I'm doing that is that those are the colors that I'll be mixing with anyway. So I'm kind of mixing just a batch up, and then I'll really mix between it with the brush. That's kind of, so there's a strategy behind this. And I'll do that with one brush. So you have to kind of, like, palette management is very important, like managing your colors on your palette, but then like saying, okay, this brush is going to be around this area. Can it be done, right? Because if I'm working with the lights in this brush, I don't want to get too dark with it. But at this stage, it's okay. You can be a little bit loose with it. Does it have phthalo in it? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I should start using, I don't really use phthalo just because, but I'll use it. I mean, okay. So I'm mixing this color right here, and I'm going to add a little bit of alizarin crimson to it just to give it that oomph. Okay, and then like we're going to take this. Okay, so here's where drawing comes in handy. Like this point to here, this is where the lights are. If the street level's about right around here, and the lights are going to be here. So here's what we're going to do. And start bringing the light up some. Bring the light up. It kind of comes down here just a little bit. We're squinting down because we want to maintain an impression. And so I'm keeping it still very thin. There we go. All right, now I'm going to wipe the brush off. Wiping the brush off just to get most of the excess paint off. And I'm going to go into the light area right here. Now this is gonna make it, I know this is gonna be a little bit purpley, but I'm gonna still bring the light up just a little bit, but you have to understand too, like it's almost pure white. But if we can go in, and I'll just put a couple here, and so see it's becoming a little purpley, that's okay. So I'm just gonna continue to just bring the light up some. And like you can even just put a couple marks on like that, just to have reference photos. Or reference, like a reference, just keying it up here, okay? Like you can do that, and so then, as you can see, it's very grayed out. Like, what I could do is just wipe it off if I really wanted to, but I don't really care at this point with this. Like, I'm just trying to get the overall basic impression, and then I can kind of scrape it down in between, and when it dries, it's gonna be okay. So there's another kind of light area right there. Kind of coming down. There's another one here. All right, so we're just squinting down and just trying to get the big basic shapes blocked in. I'm gonna go to that. You know what? Let me post what I'm looking at in between, because I'm taking some tips from it, but kind of and not really. It's okay. Street level goes about right there. It's falling, and so then this kind of comes off like that. Let's drop it down. All right. Oops. Let me post what I'm looking at. Y'all can kind of, if I can, I'll just create another small image. Maybe just put it up somewhere if it doesn't fit. Yeah, there's space. Plus image, add source, add a new source, add source, browse. New Orleans. This is New Orleans, by the way. Street number 2. Done. So this is the one my friend kind of edited, and I like it because it's like, you know, it's more dynamic, it's darker. He kind of, you know, brought the effects closer to our understanding of what can be done artistically, I think. It's a good way of putting it. It's much more contrasty. You know, one thing we could do too with this one, if I really wanted to, with the landscape, I might do this just to play with it. Filters, plus, image, color correction, done, and contrast. So I could boost the contrast. Oh, the gamma, that didn't really help. That actually looks way better. Contrast goes up. You know, You know what? You know what? Give me a second. This is going to be fun. Look at that. Isn't that much better? So let's do something here. Just humor me for 1 second. I'll fix this. If y'all give me 2 minutes. Queldar, do you want to time me? I'm going to try to edit a photograph in Photoshop, and then I'll post it in the photo section in 2 minutes, okay? I can't mess up though. Queldar, time me, or somebody time me. Photoshop is loading, so start now. Okay, file, wait, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just dragged and dropped. It saves time. We're taking this photograph right here. We're gonna go to, Windows. Where's the filters? Filter, camera raw filter. We're gonna increase the contrast. Hurry up. What did I do? I brought the gamma down and contrast goes up. Where's the gamma? Do we not have gamma? Queldar, where's the gamma? Exposure? I'll bring the exposure. Well, that didn't do anything. I'm gonna fail. Okay, wait. Basic color. Where's the freaking gamma? I'll increase the blacks. No, I want to decrease the blacks. Increase. highlights go up. Maybe contrast, put the contrast higher. Shadows go down. Yeah. Do that. Okay, we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna post this. Save. Street 03. Save. Okay. And then we go to use levels? Damn it. You're right. All right, give me a sec. Wait, what are we at? Do you mean 2 400-second? Shut up! Okay, levels. Where's levels? Oh, wait. No, screw it. Screw it. We're posting this. Is it embarrassing to watch? Is it? Okay. We're going to post it. I don't know how to do levels. I know where it is, but I'm panicking right now because I don't know why I timed myself. Photos, Google Photos. Go to Google. And we are going to add albums. Add photo from computer. Street 03. Okay, we got this. Why I did this anyway? This is stupid. Okay. Okay. Create link. Copy. Here. There. There's the new photo. That's what we're going to be using. Okay? Oh gosh, this whole thing. Okay. And then I'll pull this up. Why is that not? Close windows. Stupid freaking work. Oh my gosh. 3. Got it. Okay. Okay, I think we got it. Did we get it? You increased the contrast. Yeah, I did. Where were you? Where were you before? I needed your advice on levels. I don't know levels. What do you think I am, an artist? Damn it. Quildarius Maximus, Meridius Decimus. This looks like a 3rd grader did it. I have to plan ahead. You think? You think I have to plan ahead? You think? You gotta plan ahead. I'll plan frickin'. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna mix some orange here. I need more yellow. Okay, let's get a little bit more paint in a second, but here we go. This needs to be dark. Okay. Some cadmium yellow. Second, because I'm running out. There it is. Just a little bit. See, we're really flying through the colors here. I should have put more color on. I should have known this. But, I mean, look at it. It's almost done. There we go. go back in with the dark brush now. Okay, so with the dark brush, I'm going to, here, I'm going to add just a little bit of cadmium. And I'm going to start actually shaping out, get a little bit of viridian, step back, squint down. Start painting the doors in just a little bit. Let's go back in. I'm going to push dark. I'm going to add a little bit of alizarin to it. I'm going to squint down and really just get this area right here. So I'm going to go in, I'm putting the contrast in that we need. All right, so we're just squinting. All right, then from here, I'm going to squint down again. I'm going to add a little bit of alizarin crimson, a little bit of cadmium red. Squint, and then place this one about right here. It's a kind of a thin sliver, but it kind of falls down. Just drop it straight down. There we go, something like that. Okay. Then heading up to the very top. Heading up to the top again, I'm going to add some viridian, add some cadmium yellow. I'm going to liquidize it with a little bit of walnut oil. I'm going to add some ultramarine blue to this to cool it down just a little bit. Step back, I'm going to squint, and then at the very top I'm going to start adding some color up around here, which kind of contrasts, or which rather helps with this color that we see right here. So we're going to, because like I said, we want to have the dark around it, we want it to be colorful, okay? We want it to be colorful. We don't want it to be washed out. And we want it to be nice and dark as well. All right. Well, I still have this green on the brush. I'm going to actually bring some down here. This is dark green, and I'm just going to kind of mesh it in so we have a mixture of the reds, the greens down here. Okay. All right. I'm going to go in with a dark, and I'm going to get it's going to be a deep dark red this time. There we go. Some red, cadmium red. Step back, squint, come back up, and we're going to really kind of bring this up just a little bit. Try to make slight contrast, especially around here. This is kind of a little bit green coming up. Okay. All right, so to contrast this green up here, I'm actually going to make a deep dark red doorway. So to do that, black, alizarin crimson, squint down, you have to know where the drawing is. Should be probably about right here. Let's bring it down through the edge. So the idea is too, we're trying to fill the canvas. Trying to fill the canvas here, or the board in this case. I always say canvas, but I always work on boards. There we go. Okay. Okay. This would make a good impressionist scene. Yes, this would be a doable way to approach it for me, I guess. Okay. Let me make some orange here really quick. Yellow ochre, cadmium red, and then adding some cadmium yellow to it as well. We're just putting straight color down with this stuff. It's the orange, and then I'm going to kind of mix it in between with the brush, between the darks. Dark and the color that I mixed. There we go. There we are. Okay. I think what we're going to do, I know the picture that my friend have, yeah, New Orleans is freaking amazing. I've never been there though, unfortunately. I think, yeah, I might change the sky up just a little. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Do you guys think that I should? Here's the thing. I don't really like. Okay, so in the reference photo, like the actual scene, in the actual reference photo, which one do you prefer? Like looking at this light, so you have the night sky here, and then my friend has it where it's like green here. Now keep in mind, he was just messing around. Do you like that green, how that plays off that, or do you want to keep it like maybe something a little bit more blue? Like, what do you think? What do you guys think? Is the book about a serial killer? No, it's not. Great question, though. Great question. What is the book about? It's about a lawyer who basically he's lost himself over the course of his career, and he decides to kind of get away from it all. I think he leaves his job, he leaves everything. He was doing great, but it's just he wasn't being fulfilled with it. Goes down to New Orleans, and through a series of like really sketchy events, kind of comes to like find a deeper meaning in life. And it's really kind of, here's the thing, my friend is a lawyer, and he's always down, you know, going down there and, you know, on business. At least he was before all the BS that happened. And he he loves that place. Like it's very characteristic of it's a very unique place. It's like Europe over here, which we don't obviously have many cities like that. We have Charleston, we have New Orleans. New Orleans is like that. I mean, but it's really something. Lewis, when about you get a Discord? What about? Yeah, I could do that. Talk to me about that. Like I know Discord. Like how would it work? How would it work? So like, in other words, when people stream, do they have like sometimes like some people who are in Discord talking and you're talking to them? Like how does it work when, like during a stream like this? Put the blue. Okay. Yeah, I kind of felt like doing blue too. I didn't want to. I mean, because I wouldn't mind doing a Discord server. It'd be kind of nice. I don't want it to be exclusive to people who might be coming in who are new. You know, you want to keep the chat alive, but yes, we can all drive you nuts in real time. Right, I can kind of choose what I look at. Okay, here we go. Let's get another brush. So we're kind of, instead of going with values, I'm kind of going with colors. Like I'm separating my brushes by color at this point because there's so many colors. And so that's kind of the idea behind it. Oh, I need more white. Give me a sec. Like I mean, it's just like, I tell you, it takes the color. So the idea is, again, squint down and you're trying to get an impression here. It'll look better once it's all tied in, once I get everything laid down, but then you can go through and kind of refine it. And the refining and the drawing is really what's going to make it turn. It's going to make it look better, obviously, if you can get the drawing. So that is the idea behind it. For off live times. Okay, yeah. My family, Creole from New Orleans. I have colors in my blood. Ooh, nice. All right, Lisa. Share art and things. I think, you know what? I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. I'll start a Discord server. Yeah, I'll start one. I can definitely do that. All right. That'd be nice, actually. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's go this up top here. I'm just gonna have to be a little bit expert about this. Just a touch of blue. I'm gonna use some walnut oil. Make it very malleable. Paint. Maybe, I mean, I could use ultramarine blue for this, that's fine, but let's go back and forth between the two. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my brush. Again, this is a Filbert 8 Princeton synthetic. Step back here, squint, down, over. This is kind of where it is right here, the light, somewhere around there, okay? It's not like so much color. But there's that. And so you get that, again, you get the contrast, which is what's going to make it pop. So if we just, here, let me just put just some straight paint here that we can always take up later. So that's straight paint. So you see that can really glow if we play our cards right. Keep that, you know what? Let's go in, I'm going to take some ultramarine blue. Shoot, maybe I should have put this down there. Yep, I'm going to move this. Moving this paint. Palette management, this goes down here. Like that. Okay. Do some of this here. Let's get some white. I'm going to put it on the very edge so I can mix between it. I'm going to make it a little bit softer or more malleable with some walnut oil. Blend that in. So just FYI, this is basically like, that's how light we can go pretty much right there. So we can really push the values. We can really push them. Okay. see how this looks here. It's a little bit much. Let's kind of add a little bit of red to it, just a little, darken it some. That's a little bit better. Okay. Yep. Kind of works in there. There we go. Some night sky. Okay, and then more ultramarine blue. This is fun. This is fun. You can kind of, this is really cool to do actually. All right, so I'm going to bring the sky color or the street color down some, but like the actual pavement is going to be the same color, but then I'm going to put like a couple lines just to denote the actual, like some light there. So it's kind of going to be very atmospheric. All right. So we can share our art. Show you thinking while painting helps me much. That's good to hear. I like it with blue. Good. I wonder why he picked such a dark picture for the cover. Because he's a tormented soul. He's a very dark person, and he has issues. John, if you're watching this, yes. He's not watching it. No, actually, John is one of my very good friends, so I can basically say whatever I want to him and get away with it, hopefully. I want to pick such a really like the strokes. You've got to have darkness to show the light. Creatures of the dark. Well, look, here's the thing I told you guys. I'm keeping this painting dark at first. Like, we're making it dark. And then we're going to bring the light up. Because it's going to be a very contrasty picture. She is, right? Okay. All right, so you might wonder how I get the blue. I had to grade the blue down. Do that by adding orange, yellow, and red. We'll gray it down. So you get the right value, and then you get the color, and that went in with the color. And of course, like when you add color, if you add orange to a dark color, it's going to make the color lighter. So it does also go from color to light value, like you kind of. But yeah, you want to get the light value, and then you want to get the color. Those are the two things. And then it's paint application, all that BS which is essentially drawing. Okay, squint. this down. And the cool thing is, like, if I really wanted to push blue, then I could just add a little bit of blue in here and then kind of, you know, put little marks here and there, just indications and such, kind of like lighten it up. And here's the other thing, like, I'm going kind of fast right now, but like later on you can go slower with the brush stroke and still make it look like you painted it quick. You're just putting more care into the brush stroke by going slower. Any rice vampires and witches there. I really like I've read so many of her books. She's very good, very talented. Kind of eccentric, but you know, I guess you need to be. That type of stuff. I'm totally normal, so I can judge people. Okay, and so I'm gonna actually bring some of this color down into here too, like down around this area. It's kind of gonna be a mesh. Let's kind of bring it down. We're gonna paint over it, but swim down. Swim. Okay. And I'm going to go darker, but I'm going to push it to the red, so it's going to come out slightly purple, but it should work for what I'm trying to do and contrast in this area right here, which is that. Yep, that works. I kind of bring this in just a little bit. Okay. Like I said, I'm putting this down because I'm going to bring the lights up with it. Now this brush I was actually using some for the lighter blue, so I'm going to actually wipe it. Right. Wipe it. This is very impressionistic, isn't it? Stefan and Damon. Who's that, Vinchika? Are those vampires? Oh wait, shoot, I messed up. Oh, this is kind of cool. Okay, so what I'm gonna do actually is add a little bit of green light in it too, because there's some green there. I wanna see how that looks. This might look cool, it might not. I'm gonna add some Viridian ultramarine blue. And then I'm actually going to come in with a touch of white with it to bring the value up. This should blend in kind of well. This might be too light. No, it kind of works. I'm just gonna do a slight color there, slight value. All right, so that's kind of nice. It gives it some sort of contrast and value. And this actually goes in some this way. So it's kind of like an overhang there. And I'm gonna echo some of that down, just maybe a little bit. It kind of stops around right here, which is where the street line is. And just for kicks, I'm just going to put a little light here. Okay, let's do that for now. I can, actually no, let me do this. I'm going with kind of straight color. I'm gonna go with cadmium yellow, Viridian, very strong mix, and I'm going to do this, but I'm going to kind of work it in just a little bit, and then work the edges. Okay, try to get kind of color, and we can play with this later more. I kind of do that, build it up just a little bit. Let's do one more go with it. I'm trying to build the color up. It's kind of the color that's kind of going to be around the light. So we're going to go back over it again. That's kind of good. One more. There we go. Now I'm going to go in with my light color and do what I did before, which arrange it correctly on the tip, and it should be something like that. Okay, I mean, so it kind of did a halo effect. Needs to be smaller. We can mess with that later. It doesn't matter. Okay, getting back to the street. Said I had messed up before. I'm gonna darken. I did because I lightened the brush. I didn't want to yet. So I brought the brush back down in value. I'm going to bring this value down some in the street. Very thin, very thin. Kind of doing a couple things, just covering the picture, and I'm also laying down small bits of color that will mix into the paint later on, which is what I want with this type of painting. Okay, so then from here, I'm going to add a couple marks. You know, this light might come up some, so this isn't going to make much sense because this is, I want it about right here. I'm just going to squint down. That's actually probably needs to get darker, and then it kind of comes down like that. So just a little bit. Okay. And then, so this kind of comes across. Okay. So we don't want to like overdo it, right? We don't want to overdo it. It's good to underdo it and then just slowly build it up. The light. Okay, so I have this brush right here which has like all this color on it. I'm wondering if there's anywhere I need to put it before I really work too much or go into other areas with it. I think, okay, this part right here is about right here on the painting. If it's to the street level goes through the midway point, so this is where it would cross through, and let's see what angle it's at. It's at such an angle like this, I think, something I can always correct it. Like that. Okay. Let's go in with the dark. Oh. And then. You know what is missing? I know what's missing. This carried a lot of truth. Let me see how the stream looks first, because I don't know what y'all are seeing. It's okay. Seeing that stuff here, you don't see the bottom part. Let's see. See about right there. Okay, so that's not bad, but there's a small cut off, and then up top, it's cut off about right here. Okay. Tell you what, let me bring this back a little bit. Let me bring it back just a little bit for you guys so you can see, get a little bit better shot of it. Maybe a little bit more. Let's try that. Okay, let's do this. And let's see where. Move this up. Let's see, where is it at? Okay. Gives me an idea. Gosh, that's horrible. 1 second. Let me try from this angle, see if I can do a better job. So weird, everything's reversed. Okay, wait. 1 second. I'll just turn this, I'm being lazy. Okay. Should be able to do it now. Maybe I'll just move it over this way some. Okay. Wait. So if I paint, I just want to make sure I'm not in the way when I paint. What is that hitting? Okay. Why is this so hard? Okay, I think I should do it. Okay, there we go. There we go. That should be a little bit better view for you guys. Maybe. I don't even know if I changed that much. Vampire Diaries. This carry a lot of truth. You may watch Vampire Diaries. It's really starting to take shape. Thanks, Laura. The darkness makes the color sing. Yes. I love black and dark backgrounds. They're my favorite. Me too. Yep. So, like, I mean, here's the thing. This is a really good start for the painting because there's a lot of color. It's dark. It's just drawing issues, which is, y'all know the game with that. Y'all have seen how the drawings take shape. That's why you just take your time with it, right? So, did I just shut down? No. There it is. Okay. Got it. Okay, we're back. So it's all drawing issues. It's all taking your time and just, right, just building the painting off as you want it. And a lot of this is, you know, it's street, it's the architecture, it's all these things, right? Once you start putting these details in. And drop this down some. Harry. Hey, buddy. You know who I miss is Lemo. I haven't seen Lemo in a long time. I haven't seen Lemo. I miss Lemo. Whew. We miss Lemo. And I will drop the street just a little bit. Drop this down just a little. Drop it down. Do this. Bring that down some, bring this down. There we go. Push the paint. Now with the other side, I'm going to go into the dark side of the brush that was not sullied with that little maneuver that I just pulled. There we go. So I dropped the street down just a little bit. I think that's a little bit better composition. What I'm going to do, actually, because it wasn't smart, I was using the same brush to go into the dark reds and dark greens. So the problem is with that is that the green and the red contrast each other, so it kind of grays it out. So back after a while, yeah, man. Quell and Lisa, I see plenty colors on the palette. Which ones you're using? I am using Ivory Black, Ultramarine Blue. The ones I painted with is, and then Viridian Green, Alizarin Crimson, Cadmium Red, Yellow Ochre, Cadmium Yellow, and Cremnitz White. Cremnitz White. Those are the colors I use. Those are the colors that I use. Son of... Bad. I still remember the brush stroke. Okay, so I'm going to darken this. I still want it to be a very vibrant green, excuse me, so I put some ultramarine blue in it to kind of bring the value down some. And oh crap, crap. No! I'm gonna. Oh, what am I doing? Dark value here. Go across this time, up top. There we go. Could have been more vibrant, but that's okay. Drop that down some. Just experimenting here. Cool way you can do that stuff. Let's put another one up top. Kind of helps perspective. I don't know if that's even in the right position. It kind of is. Okay, so I'm going to take Another brush, and I'm actually going to make a deep dark green because we do need a deep dark green with what I've chosen to paint. So, get a deep dark green. There we go. So like everything I'm doing, I really am squinting down a whole lot here. And that's really the big basic principle that I'm using. Okay, so let's do a little bit of drawing here. Get a little bit more meticulous. Just a little bit more. And bring this value up here like that. Let me contrast. Oh, son of a bitch! Stupid boards. Put that water there. It's like a death trap. Okay. Back. Unscathed. So what we're going to do, we're going to shape this light thumb. Squint. 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 Yes, that's better. That's looking good. It looks like a lamp, kind of. Okay. Take this at the top. Let's arch it ever so slightly. You don't want to ruin it, but fortunately, I've done this several times. And got it. Nailed it. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring, I'm going to shift to shape up. Shift to shape up. We got to shift it up. Yeah, this is the first layer. I started this about 5 minutes ago, right before you got here, Harry. It really didn't take me that long to get to this point. We're going to shift this up. One color. Viridian. Okay. Let's make this a dark red. Contrast that green. Do it out here. Just bringing the doorway up some, so we can make these compositional adjustments. Okay, we can do that. We are allowed to do that. Going in the dark green. And so now I am starting to focus a little bit more on the drawing. And architecture has a lot to do with like really making sure that you are picky about getting the straight edges for the most part. It doesn't need to be perfect, but they can't be going like way too crooked, otherwise it kills the effect. Gosh, I got so many brushes. All right. I'm going to make that a little bit darker around the bottom. I'm just going to add some black and some ultramarine blue just to keep the color. And I never just want to really add just black. I want to always add something to it, and it keeps me in practice of not getting lazy. Like, you can get lazy in your work, right? You can start taking shortcuts, and you know, it feels good, but it's just not good. Okay. And then we're going to bring some of this green down here because I have so much, I have an abundance of it on my brush. And maybe I'll actually, as there is some green, a lighter value of green kind of down at the bottom, maybe I'll try to push that just a little bit. You know, maybe just some, like a couple implications down here. Brush this in just a little bit. Do something like that. Maybe. I don't know if I like that. I might darken that back up. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, and then let's get the bottom part filled in. Let's just, for now, you know what? For now, I'm going to use just some ultramarine blue, black, kind of put it in here, kind of at the bottom, and then I'm going to bring that value up. All right, so now everything's pretty much filled here. Now we can really start working on the drawing more than I have thus far. Okay. All right, street color. I'll use this brush. Okay, street color. Let's try something here. I'm gonna try to actually, I'm going to pretend like I've been working on this drawing, like, because I don't want to take forever. I've been working on this for a long time. Let me make sure I'm not blocking my screen as I do this. So Lewis, you lift or something else? Do I lift like weights or, so Lewis, you lift or something? Yeah, I don't go to the gym anymore. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind going, but I do basement workouts, and I've switched up how I go about working out. It just, yeah, it's much better benefit because I'll pay attention to what I really feel like I need to do. Like the night before or the day of, I'll be like, okay, work my maybe my shoulders out, but maybe the upper shoulders, and really focus on them, and like really, instead of counting the reps, making the reps count, and really going through the range of motion and stuff. And like, it sounds pretty gay, but like flexing at the same time as you do it. And when you do that, it's like, it really works the muscles out, and you get definition like all over. And then you switch the workouts up. Like, I'll do some things that are kind of like similar, but I always try to find new workouts and switch them up. And then I always like end with ab workouts, but I start my warm-ups by doing like a lot of squats, just body weight squats. And am I okay? It doesn't sound gay. Good, good. Answering like a normal person, no sarcasm and superiority. I'm slightly concerned. I don't know. I guess I get self-conscious when I start talking about like lifting weights. I enjoy talking about it at the same time. I enjoy doing it. Okay. Maybe what I'll do is bring. Okay, I might bring a little bit of light in here and then bring this part over some that kind of trims this area because that's too big. But yeah, like when I start, I'll do these squats, and the squats are like body weights, and so like when I squat down, I'll squat, but then instead of going up like that, I'll go like this and kind of go halfway up and then back down and then up. And I just do a lot of reps of those, and then I do this back workout every time because I had this issue in my neck, which it actually fixed when I started doing these 70-degree angle fly. I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that I do. And then like I sprint on Saturdays, which is nice if I'm not injured, which half the time I am. So it's a turpentine high. Okay. It's the turpentine high. What time we got? 1:20? Are you kidding me? Like, time's flying for me. I don't know about you guys. Time is flying. He's naturally high. Laura, I'm glad that you're like putting yourself out. Like, the world needs to know, Laura. Why is this thing doing this? It's like flapping about. I don't know how to stop it. Okay. The world needs to know Laura. I like saying your name like Laura. That's one brush right down like that. Okay. And bring that back down. Okay, we'll work on that. I brought that up, but no, I think I'm going to bring it back down. Bring that back down some. Not worry about the color too much right now. Okay, it should be about there. Let's just do that. Pull the paint off. Pull the paint. There we go. No, but I mean, the main thing is, like, I'll look at like Athlean X, you know, Jeff Cavalier, that guy's awesome, and just go through his workouts. And, you know, I want to support him and like get one of his programs at some point when I can afford it, because I think his programs are legit. It's not BS. Like, if he asks you questions like, what do you want to accomplish? You know, like, how much do you weigh? I really think that there's a course for that he legit has, as opposed to other people that ask you these questions and they give you the same course they give everybody else, which is BS. Like, there's places that do that. Kind of just there like that. Okay. There's kind of that overhang. It's kind of going at such an angle like that, just a little bit. So I'm going to have these areas kind of coming out. Just a little. Okay, like that, and then these areas up at the top kind of jut out just ever so slightly, just a little bit like that. Up at that angle. See, we can still darken areas, believe it or not. And then we have a lighter area, which I will use my blue brush for. See those live. We were single artists that I like to be health conscious. Wait a second. I'm behind. I've seen all artists that I like to be health conscious and take care of their health. I actually, guys, and you'll hear me talk about this, like, that's one of my main things is staying healthy, trying to be, I'm not like I'll eat ice cream not all the time, but I'm not like a stickler. But I think exercising, it helps this, like, I can't tell you how much staying in shape and exercising and sleeping right helps. Like, you have to, like, I think it's a must. Um, that's so weird, Lewis. I don't remember saying that it is the actual way to pronounce my name, and I Americanized it for everyone else, but you are saying it naturally. I really love it, actually. Good. Yeah, Laura. Laura. I think that's how the Italians would say it. Laura. Laura. He's got like 12 million subscribers. He doesn't need your support. Damn right, but still, it's principle. I like supporting people like that, even if they don't need it. But yeah, and he deserves that. That guy, he deserves it. He's been doing it for years, though, too. I don't do gym. I'm more into MMA. Yes, but I want to win a tournament. I want to get back into jiu-jitsu. I can't right now because I have like injuries and I don't have any health insurance, which normally I wouldn't care about, but I kept on getting hurt and I had to spend like a lot of money on this because I didn't have it. I'm half Italian. I do, for the most part, speak Italian, but I'm out of practice with Italian. I think I will make it my phone ringtone. I could listen to it all day. Laura, Laura, Laura. I mean, I'll make you a ringtone, Laura. I mean, just because they have plenty doesn't mean you don't support what you like. Yeah, Romanian similar. Yeah, you're a good role model. Thank you, Laura. Damn, thank God I am not the only weird one. There's this idea out there in the art world that you need to be miserable to get ideas. That's bullshit. I thought you were a martial arts guy. Yeah, I am. I really enjoy doing, like, I almost got my blue belt. I was like, I had 4 or 5 stripes. The problem is one of them fell off and I forgot even how many stripes I had when I was there. The teacher knew. Because I didn't really care. I was more into like it was a good school we went to. And oh man, I really, like, I can't tell you how much I want to go back. And I wasn't great, but I wasn't bad. But the problem is that, like, I need to learn to pace myself, and that's how white belts are. They need, like, but I did it for like 1.5 years or 2 years or something. So much fun. Oh, so much fun. Oh, I'd be doing it right now. That's when I would go, is right now. Oh, dude, jiu-jitsu is the way to go. But you need to find a good class. You need to find a good one. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You know, like in sunsets, there's like light coming down. So I'm gonna line these up and it's gonna be this beautiful light. I'm just talking about it. I needed to actually paint it. So, like, what I don't like in art is when you have an artist that can't paint. Oh, and so here's the thing, like, you're talking about being weird in art. This is why, is because half the time these artists can't hold their own in their own craft. They don't know how to paint. They don't know how to draw. All they do, they're pseudo-intellectuals. That's why I make fun of in my videos. Okay. And that's why they act weird, because that's the only way that they can draw attention. Yeah, gym is boring, I agree. Unless there's some really nice chicks there, then that's different. Just saying. But these days it's really, okay. Okay, so I'm thinking about this the wrong way. I need to be thinking, okay, I'm gonna build this up a little bit different. I'm going in with a little bit deeper blue here. I'm turning like this just in case I'm blocking the camera here, because I think I am. Cross like that. It kind of comes down. I'm gonna work it back in with the dark, because you don't want to get like mid-tone and then lose the contrast that you've been working towards this whole time. Only thing that we got out of that is the idea that everything came before can be ignored. I studied is that Tai Chi? After my bones got crushed and helped me to paint. Tai Chi, you crushed your bones? Also, the chicks thing, part of the reason why I add abstraction in my work. The chicks thing, part of the reason why I add abstraction in my work. I don't understand that. The last one was a joke. I know, I don't get it, but I'm sometimes slow on the uptake with that stuff because my brain works differently than most people's, I think. Okay, I need more Alizarin Crimson. I just ran out. I'm really flying through this stuff. It's good though. This painting is a lot of color. So really the weakness of this right now is the drawing, but it's not really a weakness because I did get the impression this is the blocking of a painting. Okay. All right there. Alizarin Crimson. Let's go down. Put some straight color. Alizarin Crimson. There. And then we're going to put some right. Where was it? Kind of down some here. So it really. Okay, so I'm going to try something. I might like switch back, and I might as well try it because why not? I'm going to try just using one brush at this point because it's a synthetic flat, and I've wanted to try it for this type of work. All right, I've wanted to try it for this type of work, and I'm going to see how it is just painting with one color in this and just like wiping it off because it's a smaller brush. I can wipe the color off quicker. Yeah, I know. Like, what happened? Tai Chi is good meditative and health aspects, however, not good for self-deference. Is good for spiritual and mental reasons, though. Got crushed by a truck, but the Tai Chi helped me to recover movement. You got into an accident. You got into an accident and that's what happened. You got crushed by a truck. That's horrible. That is horrible. Okay. Whew. I'm glad you're okay, but dang, that's horrible. So this is a different brush, different feel. It needs some more red to it. Right here. Just gonna get the impression of this stuff first. Okay. And bring that up. Bring that up some. Let's bring this up to here. Yep. Deep dark. There we go. green up there. I don't know if I'm going to put that in. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. I don't know. Okay, wait. I know what I did wrong. I'm actually going to go in with the big brush, but I'm going to keep this nice and dark, and I'm going to redraw some of that area around the red because I brought too much of the light. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. This I'm about to throw out anyway. I'm going to wipe down just a small part of the painting here. So this is how you kind of wipe down, because I want this area to be black. So instead of just like painting over and having it like smear and smudge and what have you, blend in with it, I'm just going to take some of this paint up. This is okay to do. You can be very loose with this. There we go. She's an old Chinese martial arts, not the same as Kung Fu, taught in Shaolin, but it's good for staying in health. Thanks, Laura, just a little brain damage, but helps my painting. Oh, man. Well, we're glad you're better now and doing well. Have any of you seen The Limits of Coffee Control? Such an amazing movie. The main character prepares himself with Tai Chi every morning. I'll look for it, thanks. Brain damage comes with adulthood anyway. At least you have art to use it on. Looking on the bright side of life, yep. Oh my gosh, The Limits of Control. There is no coffee in there. Absolutely, life is suffering different problems for everyone. But the concept of alchemy is to turn dreck into gold. Turn like stuff into gold, right? Dreck. Okay. Squint. I'm gonna bring this down. Here we go. Squint. Squint, squint, squint. There we go. Keep it, let it like, we want to make, I'm going to keep a nice light effect here. I'm going to take this here and we're going to bring some of this paint in. There we go. Okay. Now, let's move that green light up just a little bit. Move that green light up just a little. Add some blue. Move some white into it. Draw. Bring that up some. There we go. This haze, echo it up in here just a little bit. There we go. All right, so I'm adding a little bit of medium on this so that this is going to be a little bit more watery. It's going to lay on top, so you'll have more of a brush stroke scene here. There we go. And so I'm going to slowly build the light up. Go. Go. And then atmosphere. Autocratic. Autocorrect. It's because Coffee and Cigarettes is also by Jim Chermusk. I don't know who that is. Going to darkness to find light. I'm addicted to metaphor. It's blocking in really well so far. Wrath! Yes! Wrath is back. Wrath. This is a painting of darkness. New Orleans. Vampires. I vampiri. Carmine. Carmine is still there. Painting his door. Dipingendo la porta. Okay. It's blocking in really well so far. Yeah, it's a good start. It's a good start. It's a very good start. Can't complain over this one. Cannot complain. You just like work it up, work it up, work it up. Just work it up. Just keep working it. Whew. I can't stay very long, but wanted to check in since I'm awake out of my coffin at this hour for once. It's good having you. Randall, sorry I'm late. What's the name of this crooked lane? I don't know. Bad internet today. Ooh, Carmina. I lost mine earlier today too. I was actually trying to schedule the stream and get some work done, and the internet went out. I don't know why it went out. It doesn't normally go out at my apartment. But recently, I just checked with the company and got all the equipment upgraded, and actually got upgraded as far as like, you know, the speed and what have you. So haven't had any problems, but then just recently, or today, it kind of messed up some. There we go. Sorry, just resting my hand for a second, my hand fell asleep. Holding the palette. Okay. Yeah, so if you squint down, this is in the ballpark where I want it. You open your eyes to look at it, it's just crap. Pretty bad end of Bourbon Street. So, talking about discouragement in art, like this is very important. So if I didn't know better, I'd be really discouraged with the start of this painting, because I'd say, oh, it looks bad, the drawing's off, there's so many things that are wrong, I'll probably have to fix this, I'll fix that, I've used so much paint. Like, I know these were my thoughts when I first started painting. I would do a figure study, for example, the one that I just did, and I would be like, it's crap, you know, it's horrible, maybe this is off, this is off. But what happens is that when you force yourself to continue to work on it and stop thinking that you're going to sell it in the Louvre or someplace like that. So few of us do without trying. You know, stop thinking about that and just work on it. Take it as an exercise and try to train yourself to get non-emotional about things, and that takes practice. And continue to work on things. But you have to learn. You really have to know what you're doing, right? You have to listen and learn. Like watch Stephen Ballman, watch Andrew Tischler, watch these guys and understand technique. When you get a basis for technique and you start understanding technique and you have a game plan, right, then you just stick to that, and then you're going to better yourself and you're going to get past that. And once you get past like this, once I get past this, for the next painting I'll have the confidence to be like, okay, it looks like crap right now, but my last painting did too, and that's how you get past discouragement. Blocking in. Perfect. Ha ha ha. You did magic, Lewis. Thank you, Lisa. Yep, got back a few minutes ago. Okay, we did that. Sorry I'm late. What's the name of the bad internet today? Probably bad in Bourbon Street, but I want to sell it in the Loop. But I want to sell it in the Loop. I don't know why I went back like 10 messages. Because I think what happens is I'll miss one, and then I'll think we're that far up, and then I'll just read down them. There has to be a gift shop in the Louvre, right? Paint key fobs and make a fortune. Dude, I bet you they do make a fortune at Louvre if they freaking are open right now. But the main thing I would say, it doesn't matter if you paint all day. Sometimes you're going to get worse. If you do that, you have to have a direction, because you can paint a lot but be developing bad habits that bury you further on. It might seem like you're doing well at first, which is why like YouTube's so great, because there's so many people that you can look to now and they have very good advice. But again, if you're like starting to train, pick a method and stick with that method. It's not that another method is wrong, but it's like learning 2 languages at once. You can't. It's harder to learn 2 languages at once, right? You have to start with one, get grounded in that, understand that, and you can really go far in that one technique or one method of training, and then go for another one, right? Learn fresco or whatever, or learn a different way of doing academic work. Yep, lots of money. All right, so I think I will call it on this one today. I think we'll call it on this, unless y'all want to keep on going, but it's been 2 hours and 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Had a little bit of a late start, but yeah, so I'm going to be working on this one. I'll record parts of it and stuff, maybe put it into a video or whatever. I was also thinking of doing videos where, son of a, there's always stuff that I'm tripping over. So I was thinking of doing videos where I'm kind of doing a line of thought, like as I'm painting, I'm narrating what I'm doing and just doing like small videos, maybe like, you know, a 5-10 minute video where I'm doing that just from time to time. So put more videos out like that. I'll still do the comedy ones and all that, but y'all remember Scappa texted me on Instagram yesterday, said he really likes that, how I do that, how I narrate the work, and so I might try to start doing stuff like that, because I think those are very helpful to be able to do. I know it would help me a whole lot. But hey, do you guys want me to go for like another, y'all want me to continue going, or are you ready to stop? Like, where are we at right now? Because I'm going to keep on painting anyway. I was just going to turn the stream off. I mean, thanks, Lewis, everyone, for the kindly conversation. It means more to me than you can know. It's really nice having you, Lisa. It really is, all of you. Looks great already, Lewis. And it was fun hanging out with everyone. All right. Yeah. It really was. I really enjoyed it. All right. Well, I think should put a vampire here. I'm going to have somebody walking on that street too. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream so we don't burn ourselves out. Venchika, it's good having you. Venchika. I'm going to end the stream, and you guys have a very nice weekend. I'll be back Tuesday. It's coming Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. All right? Oh, this is so quick you did that. Yeah, it's not a bad block, and thanks, Danny. And again, if y'all want to show me your work, send me on Instagram, and I'll take the work. And I'll also look into getting a Discord server so we can chat. All right. Bye, guys. Y'all have a nice weekend. Laura's stream tomorrow at 11, okay? Bye, Wrath, Carmina, ciao.